Hey guys, SantaClocks here. As you can see, I got a new phone for Christmas, so that's what we'll be using for these predictions. Um, anyways, we're gonna be recapping Week 16, and then we're gonna go through Week 17 predictions. Right now with you. So there isn't a game tonight, or next Thursday. So we'll be doing Week 18 predictions on January. What's that? January 6th. Um, so yeah, that'll be. This also might be one of the last videos of 2021. So yeah, I'll probably do a video tomorrow, and then we'll do a video about 2022, first day of 2022, and then we'll have the New Year's Chime-a-thon on Saturday. So, anyways, so we're gonna start with the predictions here. So the New York Giants take on the Chicago Bears. The Bears actually did beat the Seahawks 25-24, eliminating the Seahawks from playoff contention. And the best they can go if they win out is 7-10. The Bears as well. They're both 5-10. The Giants, they got obliterated by the Eagles this past Sunday, and they've been eliminated from playoff contention as well. They're currently 4-11. The Bears are 5-10, and the Giants are 4-11. But I'm going to be picking the Bears for this one against the Giants. The Bears will be 6-10, and the Giants will fall to 4-12. And that's not their actual record. There's one more game left in the schedule. 17 games this season. It's weird, but there are a couple teams will be eliminated this week as well. Hopefully the next 10 will be revealed after Week 18. So, yeah, I'm picking the Bears against the Giants. The Jacksonville Jaguars are taking on the New England Patriots. And the Patriots are currently on a 2-game losing streak against. They've lost to the Colts and they've lost to the Bills. And the Bills currently have the tiebreaker in the AFC East. And the Jaguars are currently a shoo-in for the number 1 overall pick once again. Their current record is 2-13 behind the Detroit Lions, who are 2-12-1. The Patriots are currently 9-6. They'll probably get a playoff spot, and they will go 10-6 with a win against the Jaguars, and the Jaguars will fall down to 2-14. This is probably the weirdest week because you have the 17-game schedule, and you're usually, these teams are going to finish this record after week 17. Well, no, because there's an extra game this season. So, no, I'm not home yet, Heather. Heather's back in my life. So I'm going to go with the Patriots going 10-6. The Jags will probably, they're 2-14. They've already been eliminated from the playoffs. Patriots will probably get a playoff spot after this week, hopefully. If they win out, they'll be 11-6. They play the Dolphins next week. So, I am picking the Patriots. The Los Angeles Rams take on the Baltimore Ravens, who completely got obliterated by the Bengals last week with Joe Burrow's 525 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. The Rams beat the Vikings this past week. The Vikings are currently 7-8. The Rams are 11-4. They just got a playoff spot. 4 teams have clinched playoffs as of this week. 4 new teams have clinched playoffs besides the Cowboys. The Cowboys clinched it with I don't even know. 49ers lost, I think. But I don't know. The Cardinals also got a playoff spot as well from one of the losses. The Rams currently hold the NFC West lead, and if they beat the Ravens, they clinch the division at 12-4, and the Ravens will be 8-8. They're currently 8-7, so they're pretty much in trouble right now because Lamar Jackson's not not healthy yet. So the Rams will probably win this one. They'll be 12-4. They'll clinch the NFC West, and the Ravens, they'll fall to 8-8. So yeah, the Ravens probably won't make the playoffs this year. So yeah, I had high expectations for the Ravens. By the way, I expected them to win the division at 14-3. I predicted a bunch of things. The Buccaneers winning the NFC South this year. I thought the Bills would be better than they are. I thought New England could probably get a wild card spot, and it's a bunch of things that I predicted before the season actually started. The Rams is my pick for this game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the New York Jets. The Jets just didn't they just beat the Dolphins? They're currently 4-11. I think they just beat the Miami Dolphins. Wait, no. They just beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they have to play all the teams in Florida this year. The Dolphins, back in Week 15, Week 16 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and now Week 17 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just clinched the NFC South title. Because the Saints, they kind of rolled over and died. So they're not eliminated. I think they're still alive in the playoffs. Bucs just clinched a playoff berth after beating the who did they just beat? The Carolina Panthers last week and clinched the NFC South title. The Jets have been eliminated from the playoffs after going to 3-10 actually. That was week 14. So yeah, the Bucs are playing the Jets. I'm gonna be picking the Buccaneers. Buccaneers will go 12-4, and the Jets will fall to 4-12. That's not their final record. So yeah, that's gonna be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Buffalo Bills, and I'm gonna be picking the Bills for this one. The Bills, I'm not sure if they're gonna clinch the the AFC East, but the Falcons, they would fall to 7-9 and probably miss the playoffs. They're currently 7-8. The Bills are currently 9-6. They'll probably be 10-6. They have the tiebreaker over New England. So if New England beats the Jags and the Bills beat the Falcons, then the Bills have the AFC East. I don't think the Bills clinch the division, but I think that'll probably be decided by week 18. So I'm going to be picking the Bills to go 10-6. The Kansas City Chiefs take on the Cincinnati Bengals. This is going to be a very tough game, especially with Joe Burrow under center. The Chiefs are currently on an 8-game winning streak. After starting the year off 3-4, they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers to clinch the AFC West title for the 6th year in a row, and they have clinched a playoff berth. The Bengals, if they beat the Chiefs, can clinch the AFC North with a win and a playoff berth as well. They do have to play the Browns next week, so yeah, that's probably going to be tougher on them. But the Chiefs, they've got themselves a team. We beat the Steelers without Travis Kelce, who was on the COVID list. We got Tyreek Hill back in the fold. That's great. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire got injured, which is not really a good thing. I mean, he can't seem to not get injured as much. I mean, as much as I like the dude, I think he's a great running back, but I think he just isn't healthy. I mean, we've been starting Darrell Williams all season. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I like Darrell Williams as well, but I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire is probably a much better playmaker because he came out of that LSU team that won the national title that year in 2020. I'm recording a video, Heather. Um, the Bengals, but I am going to be picking the Chiefs. They'll be 12-4. The Bengals will go to 9-7. They'll probably. I'm not sure how the AFC North is going to be, but I'm going to be picking the Chiefs. They're currently on an 8-game win streak. The Bengals are not, so they're 9-6. I'm picking the Chiefs. The Miami Dolphins take on the Tennessee Titans. So yeah, Ryan Tannehill actually had spent most of his career with the Dolphins after 2018. But then he was traded to the Titans in 2019, where he has been with for the past 3 seasons. I'm going to be picking the Dolphins, not because the Titans aren't good. I think they will clinch the AFC South if the Colts don't rout them. I'm going to be picking the Dolphins because they're hot. They're red hot right now. So they're currently on a 7-game win streak. They could probably clinch a playoff berth at 9-7, and the Titans would go to 10-6 after this week. But I do have a feeling the Dolphins will snap their winning streak and probably go 8-8 if the Titans actually end up winning. But I am picking the Dolphins for this one. The Las Vegas Raiders take on the Indianapolis Colts. I believe the Colts will come up with the win. They'll be 10-6, and the Raiders, they will be 8-8 again. Because, the Raiders usually collapse every year. They have a strong start to the season, and then they collapse. That's exactly what's going on right now. So, yeah, they'll be 8-8 again. Probably missed the playoffs. They're not even in the hunt. The Colts are, though. I mean, if they can clinch the AFC South, they can do it. They'd be 10-6 as well if the Dolphins beat the Titans and the Colts beat the Raiders. But Carson Wentz, I mean, he did tested positive for COVID. They do have a rookie, Sam Ehlinger, who is his backup. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, he went to the Dolphins, and I don't even know who his backup is. Jacob Beeson, I don't even know where in the world he is now. He used to be with the Colts, but now I'm not sure what the depth chart is. But they do have Sam Ehlinger to start. But it doesn't really matter because, I mean, he was good at Texas. I mean, he was good at the University of Texas, and I think Jonathan Taylor will run all over them because he runs over everybody. They just beat the Cardinals on Christmas Day. So, yeah. I am going to be picking the Colts to go 10-6. And the Raiders, they'll be 8-8. Sorry, man. Sorry, Raiders, you're out. I mean, at 8-9, they probably wouldn't make it. The Philadelphia Eagles, who are currently alive in the playoff hunting, are going to be playing the Washington football team. The Eagles just beat the crap out of the New York Giants, but I think this is going to be a much easier contest. But I'm going to be picking the Eagles. Washington will be 6-10. Washington is already 6-9, and the Eagles, they'll be 9-7. So yeah, I think the next game they have is against the Dallas Cowboys next week. So yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. I mean, they're waiting for their playoff. It's for playoff implications. But the Eagles, they'll be 8-8. They'll be 9-7. Probably have a winning season. They've actually done pretty well in execution this year. I mean, they were not good last year. They were 4-11-1, and they just weren't good last year. But yeah, I'm gonna be picking the Eagles against Washington. Even though Washington has the home field advantage, I think the Eagles are a stronger team. I think they have the better record, and I think that the Eagles will probably, I think the Eagles will do very well against the football team. So yeah, I think Washington will be out of the playoff picture. Sorry, you're not division leaders this time. It's Dallas who clinched the NFC East. So, yeah. Sorry, Washington, you're out. The Denver Broncos take on the Los Angeles Chargers. And I'm going to be picking the Chargers, even though they're not really doing so hot either. They're currently, what is their record? 8-7? I think they just lost to the Houston Texans. They lost to the Texans. And that's pathetic. They lost to the Texans. But I don't think they're alive, but I think they will beat the Denver Broncos like they did last. I think they did last time. But I'm going to be picking the Chargers. They'll be 9-7. And the Broncos, they will be, what are they? 7-8? They'll be 7-9. They just lost to the Raiders. Good Lord. I'm going to be picking the Chargers. And the Broncos will probably be out. The Houston Texans take on the San Francisco 49ers, who are currently alive in the playoff hunt for the NFC. The Texans are eliminated. They currently hold a record of 4-11. The 49ers are currently 8-7. But I'm going to be picking the Niners. Texans will be 4-12 yet again. And the 49ers, they will be 9-7. So, yeah. They're not going to finish 9-7. They have one more game left. I'm picking the 49ers against the Texans. The Detroit Lions take on the Seattle Seahawks, two teams in the NFC that just got eliminated from the playoffs. The Lions hold a record of 2-12-1, and the Seahawks are currently 5-10. They'll probably go 6-10 here. I'm going to be picking the Seahawks over the Lions, even though they beat the Cardinals earlier a couple weeks ago. But the Seahawks put up a fight against the Bears. I'm not really sure how, but the line, yeah. I think, yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to be picking the Seahawks over the Lions. The Lions will go to 2-13-1, and the Seahawks, they will be 6-10. This is their first losing season in a decade. So, yeah, Seahawks weren't good this year. This is very odd that they collapse like this. So, yeah, I'm picking the Seahawks, 6-10, the Lions, 2-13-1. The Arizona Cardinals take on the Dallas Cowboys, and I think the Cowboys will end up with the win here. They currently clinched the NFC East, and the Cardinals, I don't think they will clinch the NFC West, because I think that will go to the Rams. They'd go 10-6, and the Cowboys 12-4. And yeah, I think they're a game. They are a game behind the Packers in the number one seed race. So if the Packers beat the Vikings on Sunday Night Football, then I think they do clinch the NFC first seed. So the Cowboys will be 12-4. Cardinals 10-6. They did clinch a playoff berth after 49ers lost and the Vikings lost as well. So, yeah. I'm picking the Cowboys against the Cardinals. I know I did last year, and the Cardinals ended up winning, but that was when the Cowboys were terrible. And the Cardinals, they're pretty much on the hot seat. I didn't expect them to go 10-5. I expected them to finish the year 9-8. So, yeah. None of these teams can finish 500. Unfortunately. They could probably add an 18th game if they wanted to. But, you know. The Carolina Panthers take on the New Orleans Saints, and I'm going to be picking the Saints. The Panthers will finish 5. They will not finish 5-11. I'm sorry, they will go 5-11. And the Saints, they will be they're currently 7-8, so they're 8-8. Probably miss the playoffs. Or if by some miracle they beat the Falcons next week, then I think that's how that works. But I'm picking the Saints. Panthers will go 5-11. They've already been eliminated from the playoffs. And the Saints, they'll be 8-8. The Minnesota Vikings take on the Green Bay Packers, who are undefeated at home. So I'm going to be picking the Green Bay Packers here. Aaron Rodgers is going to throw all over the Vikings defense, and I believe A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones will be great ground runners. I think the Packers will go 13-3 once again, and the Vikings, they will be 7-9 once again. Probably miss the playoffs entirely. I don't think they're in the hunt, but I think they're currently the 7th seed right now, but I'm not really sure. I think it's a battle between the Vikings and the Saints. So, yeah. I think they have to play the Saints next year. But, picking the Packers, 13-3. Vikings, 7-9. The Cleveland Browns take on the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. This might be Ben Roethlisberger's last game at Heinz Field. And the Browns, they have to, they probably won't make the playoffs this year. I just think that, I think the Browns will win over the Steelers, though. They're currently 7-8. They'll go 8-8, and the Steelers will be 7-8-1. And that means if Mike Tomlin can keep his streak alive for no losing seasons in the against the Ravens, that's a must-win game for them, for the Steelers. So the Browns will be 8-8, and the Steelers 7-8-1. So I'm picking the Browns against the Steelers. Anyways, this is the second to last regular season prediction video. Next week, on January 6th, we will be covering Week 18 and final record predictions and how the playoffs will be determined. So, and then January 13th, we will be doing wildcard predictions, and then we will be doing division rounds on the 20th. On the 27th, conference championships, and then February 3rd, I think, we'll be doing the Pro Bowl predictions, which will be a very short video, and then on February 10th, we will be predicting who will win this year's Super Bowl. So yeah, we will be doing a prediction video every Thursday until February 10th. So we'll be seeing you guys next week when we cover the final week of the regular season.